Hello, everybody. I've been asked by Tendue to reflect on justice. And in reflecting on justice, I think it comes in several stages. The first is when you're a little kid and you learn to play fair and make sure that everyone is included. And as you grow, you'll learn that life's not fair and how to deal with the myriad mini injustices that are part of life. Like when someone gets a shiny new bike and your family isn't well off enough to buy you one. Such mini injustices are an inevitable part of life for everyone. And there's no way to make things totally fair. And most of the time, you're out of luck as far as justice is concerned. Then you get to the stage where you see bigger injustices around you. For example, when I was in college, and I fought bitterness that I felt as the kids whose parents could afford to pay their tuition and expenses so that any money they earned they could go out and have fun with. Meanwhile, I was working to survive and going to school on loans. Um, But I stayed at that stage for years. And I'm also willing to bet a lot of people are at this stage. The primary focus when it comes to fairness and justice is how it applies to them and the people they know. Perfectly natural. Sure, there are bigger issues out there like world hunger and homelessness, but since I don't know anyone living on the street or going hungry, there's a gap there. I care about it, and I donate money to charities that help alleviate those injustices, but it isn't personal. I feel bad for those people, but what can I really do? What broke me out of that stage was when I took on the task of being a special emphasis program manager for African Americans at work. I knew next to nothing about Black people. My hometown, Cheyenne, had very few Black people. In fact, the first time I'd ever seen a Black person for real was in third grade when Pam joined our class. I had one Black friend in high school, but that's because we were on the drill team together. So I set out to learn more about African Americans. I'd never fully understood why they had the problems they do. I had some vague notion that they were in their situation because of their own personal shortcomings, and that was it. They just made bad choices. But once I started reading, I was astonished by what I found. After that, I saw injustice everywhere, and not just related to the African American community. I've been aware of problems in the disability community my whole life because of my father, but now I noticed injustices all the time. The ones that bother me most are ones of class. For instance, if you don't have enough money, it's a personal failing, and it isn't because your job doesn't pay a living wage, or you lack childcare so you can work, or a myriad of other things. I know the next phase is the point where I start getting directly involved, not just with charitable donations or by voting for people I think will help, but down and dirty involvement. I feel like I'm on the verge. I just need to find the right opportunity. COVID has made this more difficult at the moment, but I can feel it in my bones. Awareness of injustice isn't enough. I need to get my butt out of the chair and actually do something about it. Oh, that's what I had to say. Thanks for listening.